Well, it's time now to bring you the latest in the world of entertainment. Of course, we are here on the Saturday breakfast. My name is Theophilus Ilama, and I have my co-host with me, Adeyinka Oduni. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we just saw Rema's concert now. It was a blast at the O2 Arena in London.
Yeah.
What's your take? Because we've had the likes of Davido, Burna Boy, and now Rema selling out O2 Arena.
First of all, I have to say that I'm very, very proud of him because he is the youngest. He's about 23 years old and he sold it out completely. I did the highlights and I saw how packed the arena was. That's number one. Number two, however, social media tweets were
controversy,
like, it was a bit controversial. They said that, or rather, well, I saw some of the things that they were saying about the horse, the dark horse. I mean, that dark horses kind of have a kind of ominous symbol sign, and then the whole bat, and then the all black thingy. One of the guitarists was wearing this all black hoodie and everything. Everything just looks a bit, at the beginning it looked a bit somehow, but eventually it became better. Arista came, Crayon came, and they sang some of the awesome songs there. I think it was good, but the beginning, well, maybe it was just a publicity stunt of sorts, but I mean, I think...
get people talking.
Yeah, but I think it was definitely worth it, Sha. But, I mean, I hope what they are saying is not true, Sha.
Well, but it is that we're proud of Rema.
Yes.
From Benin City to the world.
Yes, yes, boy.
They're proud of my hood, though.
Yeah. please, let's hear what I'm a proud man.
All right. And so we are being joined by, of course, a veteran in the comedy industry, a veteran comedian, Gbenga Adeyinka, joining us online at this point. He's been here, he's been there, he's been in comedy for a very long time. Will I say, maybe since when I got to know about him during this, when he has Laugh Matters, his magazine at the time, and now he has moved on to other things and he's doing big things right now in the comedy industry. Gbenga Adeyinka, good morning. Gbenga Adeyinka the first. I would put it there. Thank you very much for joining us at this point. It would have been nice to have you here live with us in the studio, but you know, situations come up here and there. But it's good as we have you live on Zoom.
Situation happened to me.
Sorry.
You know, the new saying about I'm coming from a lot. I'm at a lot right now.
It is well. All right, so let's talk about, of course, you have you're into comedy. Why comedy at the beginning now? Why did you decide to start doing comedy? Because at the time that people like you, even Alibaba, it wasn't that lucrative. Why did you decide to stick to it till now?
I guess the bad influence for me was Alibaba. It was what that puts me in all this trouble. You know, I graduated. Everybody was looking for a bank job when I graduated. In fact, I think I had a bank job already waiting for me at Pacific Merchant Bank. I just needed to hold on a little. But in school, I'd been doing a couple of things. I'd been doing stage productions. I'd been anchoring events and all that. When I went to serve, I was also anchoring events in camp and in Benue State as a whole. So a friend of mine was having an event, an end-of-year party, invited me to play music for them because I also DJ'd back in the days. And lo and behold, I met one young man called Alibaba, and my friend told him that, this is our own Alibaba, or this is our own Alibaba. Alibaba now said, okay, tell a few jokes. So I got the mic, told a few, and I said, wow, you're good though. Now, what do you do? You know, as a big boy in my own thinking then, because comedians were supposed to be beneath me, I told him, oh, I work in a construction company. I'm in corporate affairs, you know. And he said, you should be a comedian. I said, God forbid. I pushed it forward, not meaning that you push it to the back, you know. But by and large, things just fell in place. That's why I always tell people that what you're going to do is there. It's just for you to dig down I went to a TV station for something totally different. And a lady came up to me and said, I'd like to be a part of my program. I've known you for quite a while now. I said, so what do you want me to do? I wanted to just tell jokes. I said, but I'm not a comedian. I said, you just come and tell jokes on the program. And that was the beginning. And the rest, like they say, is history.
Well, I would really like to know, how has the journey been so far from you choosing this line of comedy and then now moving on? How has the journey been so far?
The journey has been amazing. You know, like every journey, you've had your ups, you've had your downs, but by and large, I wouldn't have chosen any other thing apart from what I do. It's been wonderful. It's opened doors. I've met people I never thought I would meet. I know people I never thought I would. Okay, maybe I would know them, but they'll never know me. Sure, you grab. I would not have been on TVC this morning talking to you. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm grateful to God for it.
But I want to know, what challenges have you faced over the years?
Challenges has always been, you have a large project, and finances are a big issue. You know, one thing we've never had in the entertainment industry that I'm aware of, and I don't know about other industries, and I'm sure they will face it, is the ability to access single-digit loans. You know, for someone like me who wants to do it professionally, I want to put in international best practices when my show comes up. I want it to be that kind of experience you are calling you are saying, I hope it's not what they say it is. How you know you bring a lot of effects, a lot of attention on the stage when you come on and all that. But all these things cost money. I want other people to come and do different things, but you don't have the money to do it. I think by and large, that's the biggest challenge. You're selling tables. People are pricing tables like fish, you know? Oh. I guess the major challenge every practitioner will tell you they have is the finance to go as far as they want to go.
Well, how have you been able to stick to your guns despite the challenges that you've mentioned?
The truth of it is that some of us are very stubborn. And once you've decided to choose something to do, I remember when I was going to start comedy, my family didn't want me to do it. One, the belief of society that when you're in entertainment, you are ne'er-do-well. The belief that when you're in entertainment, you have to take drugs, you bring shame to the family name and all that. And I remember back then when I said I was going to do this, the talk in my family is, we sent you to the best schools in Nigeria. You say you want to go and be Baba Salah, you know? But I am very tenacious. I'm very stubborn. Once I made up my mind, this is what I wanted to do, I stuck to it. And the desire not to make them say, and we told you, is one of the things that keep me going. And the desire to excel. I always tell people that my biggest fear is the fear of failure, you know, and that keeps me going, keeps me looking at new things to do to stay relevant and stay consistent in the industry.
Okay, speaking of being relevant in the industry, some of your colleagues have gone into filmmaking. For example, AY, who is currently doing the Merriment franchise. Do you have any plans to maybe go into movies, filmmaking, that sort of thing?
You never know. See, what he has done is another arm of comedy. I don't know if you get me. The comedy is so wide that there's always a new step to take. If the finances are right, if the right story is there, why not? You just have to be sure is what you will do well. So who knows? Maybe I might still do a movie or two. Maybe I might just decide to be a comedy dancer. maybe.
As far as the money keeps coming in, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you chat new courses because now that day where I begin dance, say, this is comedy dance. And people see that money they this thing, everybody
Yes,
goes to
Everybody
because
start
everybody
moving
follows
there.
it too. Everybody follows
Okay,
it.
so looking at all you have said so far, and with the fact that many people have done stand-up comedy for a very long time, there's a new industry inside the comedy industry, and that is content creation. But the thing is that a lot of people have used it to promote several immoral things and the likes, inappropriate things. What's your take on all of these things? Some people say content creators are not as funny as stand-up comedians. What's your take?
I won't say they're not as funny as stand-up comedians. I think people always like to say that to hear what stand-up comedians will say, you know. But I think there are two schools of thought when it comes to entertainment. There are those who just want to do entertainment for the sake of it. And there are those who believe that entertainment can be used as a tool for social re-engineering. I love what skit makers do. There are a lot of them that I'm crazy about. I'm crazy about Sabinos. I'm crazy about Taoma, quite a few of them, you know. There are those who just want to entertain you, and there are those who want to pass a message. So I think it would be wrong to pack all of them together. Just like every facet of life, you find people who just do things for doing, you know, and you find those who take it as a vocation and training and as a vocation and way of life, and decide that I want to make an impact with this. Skit makers, like they call them on the streets. You know what you say? Content creators. Let's not confuse people. Skit makers, like they call them on the streets, have grown in leaps and bounds, and that is the beauty of an industry that is growing. I remember we used to do small skits in my program, Laugh Matters, when we started. But they because of COVID and all that, and the almighty smartphone that I'm talking to you through now, they decided to take it a step higher. I know that things can only get better. When I see people shaking their backside, using objectifying women in skits, I tell myself, But then in stand-up comedy too, you have people who do that, and you have people who don't do that. So it's a mixed grill. You just have to pick and encourage those you think are right, so that they will be able to stay longer, and those who do the wrong thing. For instance, pranking in Nigeria almost drove me mad at one point, because we were doing such
inappropriate things.
Crazy, inappropriate things, you know, even though they were scripted. But luckily, we're beginning to like my Yoruba people will say, we're beginning to get a hold on that and cage it a little. I think with time, things can only get better with skit makers. But like I said, there are people I really respect there, and there's some people I believe can do better.
Okay, so on this particular issue, can you react to, or what do you think about people who cross-dress on skits?
I don't understand that thing. You know, I keep asking myself, must I dress like a woman to be funny? Must a woman dress like a guy? You can do it once or twice, but when you turn it to a continuous thing. I remember growing up, those who were funny were the Baba Salahs, Baba Meros, Adimajaso, who needed to use a big clock, a big bow tie to accentuate the fact that they were comedians. I don't believe that you need to cross-dress to be funny. But then, that's my personal opinion. I might be wrong, I might be right, but I think it's becoming too much. And it's the Nigerian thing. When one person does one thing and it starts to work, you want to do it. But there are people like Pastor Remote who don't cross-dress, and They are funny. There are people like Macaroni, who don't cross-dress. Taoma has different characters.
Yes.
You know, you can have characters, but not just turn it through. But then, like I said, that is my personal opinion.
Okay. So speaking about, let's say, people who want to go into this industry, what advice would you give them for example, now I want to be a comedian like you. What would you say I need to consider when I'm choosing a niche? And also, while answering that, I would like to give advice to young comedians who are struggling to put out good, clean content out for audience.
Fundamentally, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, am I ready for the bad day? Because bad days will always come. And I've always belonged to the school of thought that says that talent is not enough. One, you must be talented, but at a point in your career, the bad day will come when you would have to ask yourself, well, do I leave this? Do I just move on? That is the time that matters. Are you tenacious enough? Are you stubborn enough to keep going? Once you have that, just work hard, pray to God, and never stop. One thing we can never take away from skit makers is the level of work they do. The rate at which they churn out content is mind-boggling, and I salute them for that. Are you ready to do that? Then find a niche. See, in every industry in the world, there's something missing. I remember when I started, nobody was speaking different languages. So when I started with Kai Sanunku Jama, Sunana Binga, Adeyinka, Sadikan Dayani. If you don't speak Hausa, Ndewo, Afambu, Binga. I used different languages, and that got me in. I did A about no shelle, A for Agbiru, B for bus stop. That got me in. You have to look for something that will get you into the door, and then you can blow. But most importantly, know that honestly, not everybody will like you. Yinka Efele has a song that says, if 80% of people in the world like me, no Allah, let me run with that. You can't satisfy everybody. Look for your niche. Once you find that niche, look for that thing that is missing in the industry. Plug in. The rest, now may God just bless you.
Okay, so you've been doing Laugh Matters for going to the Southwest for about 13 years, right?
Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah.
Yes, 13 years going to the Southwest and all of that. First of all, what made you decide to take comedy to the Southwest?
Okay, I'll say that I was being selfish. I'll tell the truth.
Okay.
About 14, 15 years ago, everywhere we went for shows, it was always area, for worry. And I asked myself, see, when you are dead and gone, what would you be remembered for? So I was sleeping one day when God brought it to me and said, build a platform. You have a platform already. Why don't you grow new comedy generals in the Southwest? And luckily for me, I had gone to school in Ibadan for a couple of years, and I knew the place a little, like the back of my hand. So we started Laugh Matters in Ibadan, from Ibadan. We went to Oshogbo to Akure, from Akure to Ekiti. Every year in the last 13 years, we've done 6 cities. But we never came to Lagos. The desire was to build new generals that will come on stage and say, for that our Ibadan self, that our Ibadan, for that our Abeokuta. And I dare say that about 13 years down the line, we seem to have achieved a lot of that. All the greats you have from the Southwest now, one way or the other, will have passed through our platform and to achieve greatness. And I think that is where I say I was being selfish. I just wanted to create a platform that would help people grow. And when I'm dead and gone, so many years after, somebody will come and say, that Adeyinka guy gave me a platform. That's where the selfishness comes in.
And you're coming back to Lagos again.
Yes.
Yes, we did. My desire was to do Lagos the 10th year and stop the tour as it is. But 10th year, my Oga Pata Pata, the Oga Pata Pata of them all. You know this song? They never see me coming. Jo, 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 jo.
Oh,
Nobody saw COVID coming. So COVID said no. And when COVID says no, who can say yes? We all stayed back.
Everybody said, everybody stayed back.
Everybody stayed home.
We all stayed back at home and all that. But last year, we came back to Lagos with a show we tagged Lagos at Last, and it was mind-blowing. This year, we're having what we call Lagos Again. From next year, we're going to cut down the tour into half. We do only 3 cities and concentrate on taking the brand out of Nigeria. Because me too, I want to go and do that show that they will say, this guy has gone the avian.
You want to sell out O2 Arena?
Yes.
To sell out O2. They say, hey, he has joined Illuminati. You see the hawk that was jumping? Hey, avian way.
Okay, Gbenga Adeyinka, of course. So, what are we expecting this period?
What we're seeing is a blend of the legends, the raves, and I. That's what I always do. For the legends, you'll be seeing fantastic music act, fantastic comedy act from Two-Face Idibia and Adewale Ayuba, who are headlining for us. I have one surprise act I'm keeping to my chest.
Okay.
For comedy, you'd have Ali Baba, Omo Baba, you'd have The Stalker. The Stalker is part of the, although it's not a Gen Z, but they know him. If you ask them, they know him.
Mario.
So we have a mix. We have Babalaria. We have a crop of people we have discovered on the way, on the tour, and some of the best Lagos has to offer, from Funny Bone to Death Stalker to, we have quite a lot of them. It's going to be it's going to be one of the best shows I've put together, and I can't wait. And my entrance that day too, people will talk. People will talk.
Hoping we don't see dark horses and bats.
When they tell you that I've gone Illuminati, say no, not yet. Let's get to London first.
But speaking of London, do you have any plans to take Laugh Matters to other countries, Canada, UK, US, Australia?
Yes, we're doing UK, we're doing US, we're doing Canada. Naira rates helping. Because we plan to fail. I mean, we plan to succeed, but I hope Naira does not help us fail. But no matter how it goes, next year we're doing an international tour.
Great.
All right, Gbenga Adeyinka, the first. Thank you very much. Of course, it seems that we do have some things in common. You served in Benue State, same with me. You went to school in the University of Ibadan, right?
No, I finished from Unilag, but I went to the international school in Ibadan.
Okay, ISI, it was still inside the University of Ibadan, so we are still colleagues in that regard.
But I can tell you what we don't have in common. Should I tell you?
Tell me.
You have 6 packs. I have an amusement park.
I wish. Gbenga Adeyinka the first, thank you very much for talking to us, of course, and getting us into your life and talking to us about your comedy industry as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, and thanks for the support.
Thank you.
Blessings always.
Blessings always. Thank you very much.
Yeah.